Education, Mrs. Fishbeck isn't here. Does anybody from education have that? You have that, okay. Policy?
We have not met. What we went over now is where we are, so until we get the next set of policies.
But we got a new update.
What's that?
But we got a new update, so that'll be coming out.
Okay.
Finance did not meet either. Obviously, we're pretty busy with what all of Carrie did already, so we will have to meet this month. So I'll coordinate with all of you for a date that works. And securities?
Yeah, securities and facilities, we have to schedule a meeting. We were waiting for one family to get us some, but I think we need to just schedule a meeting and just kind of put them on the back burner for now. So we'll schedule a meeting in the next week or two.
Ms. Nomis, negotiations?
We met on Tuesday, and we will be meeting again the 9th and the 11th of this month to hopefully finalize everything with the teachers.
Delegates, honestly, I have not really looked at any of the school board's emails to update. I know there is something this weekend that Charlene sent us for leadership due to a conflict.
I think that's not until June, I think, what she sent us.
Oh, was it June?
It's like the first weekend in June.
Oh, was it registration?
Yeah, I was going to tell you that.
Okay, it was registration now. But I know there is there's something going on this month, and I think I've already sent everybody the information, but I have nothing else to report. Morris County?
So I did attend the April Morris County School Board Association meeting. It was run a little different this month. It was broken down into programs that schools have brought in Morris County that have been really successful for the students. The ones that I listened to were in NetCom. They brought in passion periods where the teachers are teaching them, and it's helping. A lot of the students were coming in late, or they were dealing with tardy issues. They were dealing with students not coming in at all. And these passion periods, having the first period in the morning, helped increase morale of the teaching staff, and then it helped get the students to school, which was really nice because it was a fun first period. And then Good Grief from Morristown has been speaking at a lot of different schools. And I know that they've helped a lot of people in this town. I can speak to how wonderful they are. It was nice to meet with the director over Zoom and just find out what they're doing in different schools that's helping the kids deal with diversity and resilience. The next meeting is in June, the beginning of June.
Ms. Fishbeck isn't here. Mike, do you have anything on Morris County?
Next meeting is May.
Okay, thanks. Community relations.
We're meeting next Monday.
KEA, liaison.
We did meet with the teachers. That would be our kind of last meeting. It was a little bit of confusion with the schedule, so there was only 2 of them there. So we did get an update from PRM and Keel. I haven't had a chance to write up those minutes yet, so I will write them up and get them out of
Camelot.
Like I say, I'm stepping down from Camelot, and Mrs. Pruella is going to take over. I believe you were at the meeting. If you want to get people up there, it'd be great.
Yes, I was at the meeting. There was a lot of discussion on rebranding and renaming themselves so that the town will understand when they interface with them what exactly it is that it does. So they're currently working on new names. They threw some around, and there was a lot of discussion on budget. They got a lot of funding from the county, so they wanted to know what programs that they're currently doing that were successful that they want to bring back, and what maybe they can branch out and do better. So.
Mrs. Perla, at the next meeting, could you find out whether they used to invite the principals and the SAC counselors, and we haven't been invited? I think it was a pandemic-related thing, but that would be great if we could get back in.
Yeah, actually, it'd be easy. They're doing Zooms right now.
Oh, we still doing this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, thanks.
KEF.
We did not get a chance to meet last month, but hopefully this month we'll be able to meet and get things going and look in a different direction. Hopefully, Jonathan.
Okay, unfinished business. We don't have any unfinished business. New business. We did have something for new business, and I sent it to all the board members. It's the policy that allows the board or provides the board the ability to create a citizens advisory committee. So Ms. Di Giuseppe, myself, and Mr. Petroselli met after some of the, I would say, feedback from the community, and we decided I looked up this policy, and the three of us talked about the need for having a citizen advisory committee to be able to liaison with the community and the board and the district. So she has drafted a letter, and I wanted that board to take an opportunity to discuss it in public and have any comments that they would have on it. So make a motion to discuss the citizen advisory committee.
Motion.
Okay, so we'll open this for discussion with the board. If anybody has any points in order.
No, I think it's a great idea. I think the more community involvement we have, the better off we're going to be as a board.
We had, when I was director of curriculum under Jim O'Pegan, when he was superintendent, we had something called the District Advisory Committee, and at that time, it was primarily, its role was similar to this, but also had a role in helping facilitate understanding of the budget, because that was when the budget was voted on by the community. And when the budget no longer was voted on by the community, it stopped seeing a need. But it was really a great, it was a great vehicle to have people voice their concerns in a productive way, or bring great ideas.
Did everybody, I did send the drafts out, so if you don't have any feedback for her, if you want to just provide feedback to Diane, please do that the next day so that she can send it out to the community. There will be a link for you to do a survey to answer questions to be considered as a member of the committee. So this is an opportunity for any of our community members to get involved and help us hear you, in a constructive way where you can, give us some of your thoughts. So that will be coming out the next day or two once the board replies to Ms. Di Giuseppe.
And that'll be on the website for everybody? Or will they find it?
I'm going to send it out through school messenger.
Okay, but people who aren't on.
Yeah, people who don't have school.
Oh, thank you, I can stick it on the website, sure.
All right, so anybody who doesn't have school or children in the district, it will be on the school website. Mrs. Di Giuseppe will provide you with the link.
So I don't think we need to vote on this. It was really to.
It's not, it's a purview of the president to create a committee, so you can certainly do that, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Okay, so I just did want to have the discussion in public for transparency, so everybody understood that we have heard you, we have talked about it, and this is your opportunity to get involved. So I would appreciate if any of the board members could provide Ms. Di Giuseppe with any of your feedback. Okay? All right, so that concludes new business. Correspondence? Okay, we have no correspondence. Petition and hearings of citizens for non-agenda items. So this is when we're now going to open this up to anything related that you want to come and talk to us about. I'm going to limit the discussion, each person, to 3 minutes. We normally keep the topic to, so we can leave, if it's one topic, to about an hour. So that's plenty of time, hopefully, for people to talk. So the mic is now open if anybody would like to come up and speak, non-agenda items.
Jake, can you just remind everybody that there will be no heckling, or the meeting will just be...
Yes, let's be compassionate and understanding. Thank you.
Yeah, this one's working, the other one isn't. I'm not close enough. All right, so, we're wondering, so we're here to learn, it says to learn more. Do you know about the Governor Murphy's Department of Education wants to teach sex education begin in kindergarten in September? And are you, as a board, familiar with this, with these, this program with the kindergarten people? Do you know what's going on?
So the standards are not a curriculum, first of all. Our curriculum has not been written yet for K-5 and 9-12. So while it's out there that this is a kindergarten thing, it's the standards are written by grade band, so by the end of grade 2. There's nothing specific about sex education that's in the standards for grades kindergarten 1 or 2. Can I see that? No, I don't have something to come back. Thank you. I can give you exact examples in just a moment. Thank you. So for instance, the core idea by the end of grade 2, one of the controversial standards, the core idea is every individual has unique skills and qualities which can include the activities that they enjoy, such as how they may dress, their mannerisms, and things they like to do. That's the core idea by the end of grade 2. The performance expectation, which is the actual standard, says discuss the range of ways people express their gender and how gender roles stereotypes may limit behavior. So the go-to there is that we're talking that the state wants us to talk about gender identity. And at grade 2, the Department of Education provided a clarifying document this week, or actually it was right before break. And they clarify that students typically begin to develop an understanding of themselves and the people around them in elementary school. This is also a time when implicit and explicit messages about gender and identity can become ingrained. For instance, girls may receive messages that math and science are boys' subjects, and boys may be taught that arts are for the girls. Gendered stereotypes are real and can have negative consequences for children's academic growth, self-worth, and mental health as they get older. These standards are designed to ensure that children understand that everyone has the ability to live their life in the ways that suit them, no matter their gender. They should also help children understand that every person deserves respect, no matter their identity or expression. Children also indicate and develop relationships and navigate increasingly complex peer relationships in school settings. The inherent complexity in peer interactions can be challenging for students from all backgrounds, and the rise in mental health concerns suggests the need to promote healthy relationships and positive self-worth at early ages. Beginning these conversations in early elementary school will help students develop empathy for diverse groups of people and to learn how to show respect to people no matter how they identify. So that's the intent of the family life curriculum piece in K2.
Does this board agree with that curriculum that might come up? Or is it in September? Does this board agree with that?
Well, it's not a curriculum, so it's the standards, the standards. So the standards are required for school districts in New Jersey from the state.
So it's like beyond you, it's all on Murphy's plate.
Well, Dr. Alan McMillan at the Department of Education, who's the commissioner, and her deputy commissioners have been charged by Dr. Murphy to take a look at these standards more closely. What they do with them, we're not sure. We're waiting on that guidance. But the idea, so one other piece that I've mentioned several times, but I see a lot of new faces here tonight. So any parent that objects with, and this is not new, we've had this policy since 1998. Excuse me, I just have to find where it is. Here it is. So New Jersey 18A 35-4.7 is a statute in New Jersey. It's parents' statement of conflict with conscience. The New Jersey Department of Education recognizes and respects that some families prefer to have these conversations privately. Pursuant to this law, any child whose parent or guardian presents to the school a signed statement that any part of instruction in health, family life education, sex education, or dissection of animals is in conflict with his or her conscience or sincerely held moral or religious belief shall be excused from that portion of the course. Parents and guardians seeking to exercise this option should contact their local school principal directly. This has been in place since I was in high school, where you could object to either sex ed, family life, or dissection. And has been in place in Kinloch. As I said, our policies was adopted in 1993, 1998. I don't have it in front of me. So there's the opt-out option. If parents don't agree with the Department of Ed standards, they can opt their child out of specific lessons. And the curriculum has not been written, as I said earlier. The 6, 7, and 8 was written over last summer. We do our curriculum writing in the summer. We are working to engage staff that may be interested in writing the curriculum. That's generally how we do it. We engage our teachers to write. That way we have control, local control over the resources that are used, the textbooks that are purchased, the videos that are provided. There has been some misinformation that's been going around with regard to resources, that the state has adopted specific curriculum guidance or specific, company that provides curriculum. They have not. The Department of Education website is the best place for you to go to see what the Department of Ed has provided with regard to resources available to schools. And Kinnelon has not even written a curriculum, let alone decided on resources yet. But we will do so in an age-appropriate and developmentally appropriate way.
Which is part of the reason for the Citizen Advisory Committee. So if you're interested in being involved and helping to understand provide the board with your, ideas and input, this is the avenue that can make a difference. So if you are very interested in that, I would highly suggest you fill out the